Hello everyone, are we working today? Seems that we are. Yes, we are. So, this is a little bit of impromptu, this one. As you can see on the bench, we have a National Panasonic, I've got the model number. I've worked on this one before and I did a bit of recapping on it, but I didn't recap it completely. This one, for example, and this little one down here. Let's bring them in a bit closer. Yeah. Now the problem with this one is, I'll just get myself up on here and I'll just check everything. Yeah, we're definitely live. That's good. Now, the problem with this one is the power supply. I think someone very kindly sold me this 240 volt piece down here. Actually, maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe it was another one I did for her. This has definitely it's got new cap there. Yeah. That, no. Well, maybe. Yeah, there's a 6 volt input there. And the switch down, there's a switch inside here. And it switches between AC and then either the 6 volts coming in here or the batteries. And yeah, it was, she said it was working and she was listening to it, and then all of a sudden it just died and nothing came out of it. Now that looks like it's been, yeah, the original. Maybe should I take that out? Okay, we'll check this to start with. So I'll put this right in, and we tried a couple of different power cords too, and none of them did what was supposed to do. Now I have to be careful here because these probes don't go in here properly. So we'll turn this on. I don't know whether you can see that. Yep. And just in case, I'll make sure I'm not touching any of the metal part of this. Yeah, nothing on DC. Yeah, nothing. What about AC? Ah, 7 point, almost 8 volts. Yeah, 8 volts. Okay. Turn that off. All right, this might be a non-event. So So we'll plug it back in. Negative and positive. The cassette motor wire. Now it plugs into the board down here. So I can't remember whether there's a rectifier on the board or not, or because there's a bit of a transistor thing here, and the diodes etc. are not populated. Where's the volume? So we turn the volume right almost down. On tape? No. Not a sausage. What about the cassette? No. How interesting. Can't remember which ones. That's the pause. That's the eject. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right, we'll try it on the the power supply. It's not little, output 60 volts. Both of them output 60 volts, but one of them is a switch mode. So it was cheap at the time. So yeah, I just couldn't get the capacitor board. I think it's got about 50 capacitors on it, and it holds voltage for days and days. When the supply is not turned on or shorted out. Got a hell of a fright off of it once when I was building it. So I put it aside for a few days, and yeah, I thought, well, yeah, it'd be definitely, yeah, so that's 1/2 amp. See if that's, well, it should be enough for the radio at least. So unplug that. Plug in our supply. How am I going to do this? Can't get my fingers down there. It's just hanging on there, so I can push it down. No. Okay. So put it on radio. And yep. Okay. Yeah, it's working. Volume pot needs a clean again. And the tone control. Yeah, no aerial or anything on it. Okay, so we know the main machine is working and it's in this power supply. The problem, and it's an Elna power supply, as you can see there, or an Elna board. Yeah, lots of things I've come across over the years have got Elna written on them. Yeah, so now where's the, so that looks like the output pins, the transformer, center tapped, and then that, yeah, so that goes across round to there, where they're supposed, well, it says there's a I'm just looking at this. So one of the pins comes out of the transformer here and it goes around and down to here. It also goes round to a diode there, which isn't connected, and the other one comes around. Imagine that's just a ground plane, so that's not connected to anything. Oh, kept on, sorry. Yeah, so that's just a ground plane. And this comes around and yeah, to the other diode and through to this pin here, which, yeah, there's a little capacitor in there, little disc one, and this thing, which I don't quite know what that is. 100C, and the brand name is IR, whatever that is. And it's got two little things on it which you can't see because it's black on black, AC symbols. So I don't want to short that out, but it might be a regulator of some description, or yeah, not sure what that is. So our DC pins come in, there's that one, and there's one directly behind it, so that's there. So these are the DC pins, so one comes along there into there, and that one goes into, I don't know what that goes into. Yeah, and our output is there. So I need to check those two, I think, to start with, and see if the transformer is outputting anything. I have to be careful with this because that's 240 volts live. So I'll bring you actually back down this way. And put our meter there. Yes, today's been a bit of a horrible day weather-wise, and about 1 o'clock or something like that, the temperature plummeted down to 7 degrees, which is a bit of a contrast to the 32 we had on Sunday. Yeah, but this time of the year we can have any weather. Yeah, better plug that in, I guess. So this one and this one, I believe. Yeah, 11.5 volts. So that is okay. So it's definitely getting voltage into it. I suspect that little transistor thing has died. Wonder if we can get it out and test it. I've got my little, yeah, I did have, yes, it is there. Okay, so we'll turn the soldering iron on. There's a little regulator or whatever it is. Can't be the cap, because that's almost new. This, I believe this hasn't been used very often. It's just out in the caravan. So it'll be those three there. We have to desolder. So we'll get a little bit of other solder. And I'll need to bring that up a bit higher. Just wait for this to come up to 360. It's not valves, but it's fairly beefy, this. Yeah, there we go. Right. Yes, I used to be a photographer for a couple of well-known magazines, and yeah, and used to have to go to the Melbourne Cup all the time, or every year, and a few of the other races. So we'll just use this, I think. This off, then we can, don't know that that'll, yeah, maybe the solder sucker will work. Really must get another nozzle for the electric one. Yeah. Okay, I'll try this. Okay. And wouldn't you know it, when I drove the car yesterday, I drove it to the doctor's and everything was fine and dandy, and then I came back to the car and the airbag light wouldn't go out, would it? So I don't know what's going on there. We'll just wick these out. So may have to put this back in again. Okay. I really should unplug this, shouldn't I? Even though it's switched off with the mains. I'll try and get this out without wrecking it, in case it's all right. Come on. Stop soldering yourself back in. Here's the other stuff. Right. Okay. It should be okay. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. And it's got 6L on the back of it. It's still fairly warm. And I don't know whether you can see that or not. No, you can't. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got the brand on it there. There we go. 100 CIR. So I have no idea what that is. Right. I'll just connect this up. This should tell us what this actually is. Okay. Went to cancel my Adobe thing yesterday and subscription, and yeah, and they offered all these different options, none of which were any cheaper. In fact, that some of them were 4 times what I was paying, and I was just about to hit OK to cancel it, and up popped this window saying free 3 months as an incentive for you to stay. Yeah, so I've kept going for 3 months, and we'll see what we get at the end of that. But I'm not going to continue beyond that if I have to pay. Okay. 2 diode junctions, common cathode, diode junction, diode junction. Yeah, so I'll scroll through this. I can't see the actual machine. Yeah, 2 diode junctions, common cathode. So they put that in instead of the 2 diodes, by the looks of it. Now, yeah. So the middle pin connects to that end of that one and that one, yeah. So theoretically I could put 2 diodes in there, but I don't know the forward drop. Might have to take, well, there's two capacitors in there. 103 and this is 1 and 103. So there's 2. Yeah, there's 2 capacitors across these 4 pins here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to think about this. And try and get the schematic for this power supply. Yeah, it needs to go back in one way or another because the batteries are on there. I do have plenty of diodes of various types, so that's not a problem. I can try putting a couple of diodes in there. That one. That one goes to there. And that one goes across to there. That's not very logical to me. Oh, okay, so that goes across to that one. And that connects up to there. That's the common one. And this one goes to the common one. But where does this one? This connects, seems to connect across here, but that's the same track. This one is a bit of a mystery. Yeah, I'll have to find the circuit diagram for this and see if I can get some values. Okay. So we know the actual main unit works, and it is definitely a power supply problem. It's the transformer's putting out 12 volts, and as it should, and yeah. Okay, all right, so that's it for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. I don't know whether it was raining down in Melbourne when the Melbourne Cup was on or anything like that. So, yeah. Okay, I'll leave it there and I'll do a bit more research and I'll get back on this one. I have to ring up the person and tell her she can either, well, I'll try and fix it anyway. Otherwise, actually I didn't try the other input, did I? Didn't try the 6-volt input. So we'll see if we can bypass. Yeah. The 240 volts. I did suggest that if the 6-volt was working, the direct input, I did have one of those connectors, I thought, here. Oh yeah, no, that's a 3.5 millimeter. I'll have to go and see if I can find one. Shall be back in a moment. Right, I've got a plug pack which does intertan. So this would have been sold through Tandy Electronics. It's a Go brand one, Go trademark. Anyway, it does 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, 9 and 12. So 4.5, so 3, 4.5, 6. Now, unplug this USB supply. No idea if this works or not. majority of it is. Does it fit? Yes. And this is all tangled up already. And it gets so tangled up. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 loops around the AC cord. It's the negative. Do that the other way around, I think. And got nothing. So we'll see if this is putting anything out. 7.8. Well, that's too high to start with, isn't it? Definitely on the 6th position. So 4.5, the switch is actually 6 volts. And it looks like it's negative center on this. Yeah. So this is definitely working, negative center. And we'll see. So may need that double diode in it. All right, I might solder that in quickly. What did I do with it? Oh, it's still on the connected to the thing. Some solder. Double check I've got that the right way around. It doesn't matter though. Good. Yeah. What we're doing? Yes. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. So, yeah, interesting. Can't be the capacitor, can it? Because that's the only thing. Yeah, one of the. It won't be one of those two discs, unless there was a power surge or something. Might disconnect this capacitor and see if this is our problem. Because it doesn't seem to be the double diode. Right, and that may not want to come out. Still got some solder on it, but we'll see. Oh, don't use that. So we'll see if we can bend this up a bit, straighten this one out. No. Oh yeah. Really don't want to wreck this capacitor if it's good. I know they're not very expensive, but I doubt it'll be this. But you never know. Come on. Let's try and get some more of this stuff too. Cut that just a little bit too short. I can't get the anything on. Well, I'll try this. That's it. Need some more of these too. Right, see if I can. Probably won't be able to stop on Saturday because they'll be closed. Finally. Right. Well, that was a bit more effort than I expected. Now, where did I put my... Yep, here we go. All right. So this is a 2200 at 35 volts, and this says 2234. Come on, focus. There we go. 0.6 ESR. So this isn't the problem. So I'll put this back. Straighten this out. And I'll solder it back up. Bend those across, I think. There's the screwdriver. Right. Yeah. Don't need any flux on that. I'll try it again, but I'm not hopeful. Okay. Nothing. And nothing. Just out of curiosity, I've tried an AC. No. Okay. Right, that'll do for today. Yeah, it's a real mystery, this. So it is outputting 11 volts, this transformer. Yeah. Just wonder if those capacitors down there. Oh, I see. Yeah. So the switch is a separate unit. Plugs into down there. Yeah, I just don't know. Might have to take it with me on Saturday and ask someone who's more knowledgeable of power supplies than I am. Okay, right, thanks for watching and tuning in. That's where I'm going to leave this one today. And yeah, okay. So have a good rest of the day. It's what, 5 o'clock on Cup Day. So yep. Okay. See you on the flip side.